let's get a viewpoint from Ukraine, and Lieutenant Colonel Glen Grant joins me on the telecast. He is the first advisor to the Ukraine Ministry of Defense back in 2014. Thank you so much for joining me. And how do you view the situation that India is in terms of outreach that has come forth from Ukraine and from Russia as well? But you know, while Russia has not pressurized or chastised India in having any association or dialogue with the Ukrainian president, the same has not been reflected, unfortunately, by Volodymyr Zelensky.
Oh, let me start with your unfortunately. I mean, if someone attacks your house and rapes your women and kills people, there's nothing unfortunate about being unhappy with the person that actually does it, or people who agree with that as being a good thing. Now, whether Prime Minister Modi sees it as being a good thing or not, his actions, unfortunately, show up that he does. And whether this is cultural, whether this is very difficult for India or not, it is as it is, and the West was unhappy with that. Now, I think that the ambassador gave an extremely well-balanced view of the whole picture as it is. India is in a very difficult position. But I think that Ukraine, as it is at the moment, is in the right. It has been attacked. The fact that it has gone back into Russian territory is normal, because if you're attacked by another country, you have to do whatever you can do to stop that. And just sitting in your own country and letting a country bombard you with 10,000 rockets, and I think it was 1,000 a couple of days ago, plus drones attacking and killing your children, you have to do something. And I think that what President Zelensky was asking was help in that doing something. Now, if India decides that this is too difficult and it's going to sit away from this and effectively not take the side of Ukraine, then if you don't take the side of the person that is in the right, you are by definition taking the side of the person that is in the wrong. There is no sitting on the fence for something like that. But
then the message that has been sent out by Prime Minister Modi to Putin and to Zelensky has been the same, and we are unequivocal in our stance.
No, the message is not the same at all.
That there is peace and dialogue, and dialogue is going to be the path towards finding a solution to this war that seems to be unending. Do you think if you are not putting yourself on the negotiating table with the Russians, can there be a solution actually found in bringing about peace and ceasefire?
Yes, beating them. That's the solution. The same as the Second World War, which you joined in, by the way, very successfully and very hard. And you fought on the side of right against Germany in 2 world wars. And you do this when you have to. This is not a nice
as a colonial power, as a colonized country, please.
Right, colonized you were, but you still fought, and very heroically, if I might say so. And okay, you didn't fight, you weren't there. But let's just say that when one side is clearly in the wrong, then as a major country, as a major democratic country, you should take sides with the country that is in the right.
Okay.
Not sit in the middle.
Okay.
Is my
Talking
view.
about,
and that's Zelensky's view as well.
I could also raise the issue of the Gaza war that has continued for over a year now. How there have been ceasefire calls that have come from across the world, including the United States of America and from European countries. The decision that at this point of time taken by the Netanyahu government is to continue the onslaught and defeat Hamas, whereas there are human rights activists and, like I said, countries across the globe, including Europe and United States of America, that you cannot go about killing innocent people on the other side of Gaza Strip. So there has to be dialogue, there have to be peace negotiations. Therefore, Egypt is holding discussions with Hamas and Israel. Therefore, there have been discussions that have been held in Qatar with Hamas, with Netanyahu government and his representatives. There was US that was present over there. How do you justify that?
I don't. They're two different wars, two different activities, and they can't be connected and shouldn't be connected. This is what Russia has done is completely different and aside from anything that is Israel and Gaza. And you should not link the two things. We should keep to the focus on the major war in the world at the moment is the Russian invasion of effectively of Europe.
Okay, there was another, time and again there has been reiteration that has been made by the Indian government, by External Affairs Minister of our country, that why does Europe continue to assume that the problems of their side of the world are the world's problems. But when it comes to the problems that are faced by countries in the southern hemisphere or in the global south are not of concern of Europe or of America or the West as we call them. Keeping in mind, I give you an example, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a phone call with President Biden spoke about the concerns that India had over the safety and security of Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. There was a communique that had been put forth to the media by the Prime Minister's office on this matter, but that part of the conversation that had been had between President Biden and the Indian President, Prime Minister, was conveniently removed. And to add to that, there has been not a single statement that has come from any European country or for that matter from American Ministry of External Affairs or the State Department over the atrocities that are being meted out to the Hindu minorities, not just in Bangladesh over decades, but also in Pakistan and in Afghanistan.
I'm sorry, but you're mixing apples and pears. You obviously have great grievances about a lot of things, but I do not believe that those grievances should be mixed into this war between Russia and Ukraine. I think you need to keep things separate. And by the way, when you say USA doesn't do anything, I'm not American, but I'd go on the White House and look how much money US aid spends around the world for all these things that you say that they don't take any notice of. It's huge. It's billions. And right across Africa and right across the South. So there is...
Jump in?
Please do.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.